Dear Tess, I want to thank you for being such a fantastic colleague and friend these many years, and I guess even a couple decades. Sounds weird to say. I also want to wish you all the best in your rewirement. It is impossible to measure the impact that you have had on me, both personally and professionally, and more importantly, the impact on the University of Colorado Health Sciences Center, as it was known before, and now the Anschutz Medical Campus. Its students, staff, and faculty, patients, and families, you and your work are at the very heart of the Center for Bioethics and Humanities. Your creativity, energy, collegiality, integrity, humor, scholarship, and your unfailing advocacy on behalf of students and patients. You are a driving force in the center's creation, development, and growth. You will be sorely missed. But it is a comfort to know that you and Chris Jones will be a thriving part of the community in beautiful Westcliff. Good luck, and we will visit.
I could while away the hours using a Foucauldian analysis of power to unpack medicine's gain and counteract it with the tincture of performance paintings and pop culture if I only had Tess's brain. I'd unravel every riddle for every individual in trouble or in pain. I would share AIDS, performance, and photography, and visual culture and ideology if I only had Tess's brain. Oh, I could tell you why health humanities is needed for caring for people who are needing care for pain that is more social and psychic and structural at the core. I would not be just a muffin, my head all full of stuffing, my heart all full of pain. I would definitely deserve to be beloved and adored as she if I only had Tess's brain. I love you, Tess.
Hi, Tess. You may gather from my surroundings the reason why I'm not at Tess Fest. Behind me is the Duomo in Florence, which seems an appropriate place to think about you and your legacy. Of course, Florence is the seat of the Renaissance. Why we picked the French word for an Italian phenomenon, I'm not sure. Here they call it the Rinascita. But it certainly makes me think about your work and your accomplishments in Colorado and I think for medicine more broadly. So you could strike the re from Renaissance or Rinascita and really just talk about the birth, because you gave birth to our arts and humanities programs. And for that, we're always in your debt. And I personally am always in your debt. So I'm sorry I can't be there, but I will toast to you today and celebrate your retirement and your incredible legacy. So cheers, Tess.
Your rhyming co-editor saying hello from upstate New York. And I'd like you to climb into my imaginary DeLorean here, and let's go back and share a few of the memories that we've had together over our long relationship. The relationship started in around 1993, 1994, when both of us signed up for the narrative bioethics course Carol Donnelly was running at Hiram College. And I knew when I met you and then Delise that the three of us would be friends for the rest of our lives. And that's proved to be one of the great joys of being in this field, having both of you in my life. So that relationship led to, of course, lots of projects, and I'm going to spotlight just a few of them that I think have been fun. You kindly wrote a lovely essay in a book I edited on Peter Pan. And not to anyone's surprise, you mentioned that you played Peter Pan in high school. In fact, I kept resisting saying, and never grew up, and never grew up. And you also attended our Frankenstein seminar in Madison, Wisconsin, and with your normal joie de vivre, really plugged into the Wisconsin-esque culture, as this picture points out. You also invited a group of us, it must have been around 211, 212, to meet and just talk about the state of medical humanities during one of the ASBH conferences. And I remember sitting near you and hearing Lenny Davis look over and go, "Why is there no medical humanities reader?" And I thought to myself, well, Lenny, there's going to be. And indeed, there was. And you asked Elise and I to work with you. And on a personal note, I want to thank you. And I'll always be grateful to both of you because, as you may recall, my parents got very sick during that period of time and actually died. And I didn't have a lot of bandwidth. And you guys really jumped into the fray and kept me going at a time that was very, very hard for me. But if anyone would ask me what Tess Jones's most significant contributions to the field of health humanities might be, I would say two things. First of all, of course, your superb editorship of the Journal of Medical Humanities. You turned that journal into a compelling, cutting edge, provocative periodical that became must reading for anyone truly interested in the health humanities. And perhaps even more importantly, the role you played as the founding founder of the Health Humanities Consortium. Now, I was on the board of Journal of Medical Humanities, and that was your vision. And you asked me to be on the first board of the Health Humanities Consortium. And we're always glad to help, and we're always glad to work with you. But I gotta say, pal, that organization was your vision, your work ethic, your ability to bring together a diverse and talented group of scholars. And that is a lasting and I think enduring contribution to our field. But it's time to take a new path, buckaroo. So get out of the DeLorean and let's talk about what's going on between you and the wonderful Chris Jones. I know this is the end of one segment of your academic life, but all of us already see by the artwork you've been displaying on your webpage that creativity is bursting out all over. So let me conclude by saying this. It has been one of the joys of my life to have known you, Tess, to have worked with you, to have written with you, to have laughed with you, to have cried with you because we got bloodied now and then, to drink with you, and to just share the joys and sorrow of what it means to be friends. I'll forever, ever be grateful that you have been a part of my life. So good job. Bravo. Move on, Tess.